This is Mac with Mac's Corner, and apologies I didn't get this out earlier today. NVIDIA sent out a big update, and once again the mic stopped working. I've spent pretty much all day today troubleshooting until finally figuring out it was something simple. Like the video just changed all of its stuff around, but that's really just a side point because we're here now. This is the game I mentioned in another episode, just a episode or two ago, or a video. And it's pretty cool because, in fact, in this one, we play the good guys as orcs. So there is a pretty evil human emperor and pretty not so nice kingdom that is attempting to invade, well, has kind of already invaded, and wants to eradicate and wipe out all greenskins, which are orcs and goblins. And we are a small team sent with some other small teams on a mission to kill the Emperor. You've missed a little bit of the story, but most of it was just a tutorial. Basically, the big guy here, forget his name, let's find out. Whoops, my bad, F1. Styx is the little guy, and Arkale, he's this big guy right here. And you can really, there's a lot of flexibility, I guess, in how you want to use them and build them. You can play as either character. You can switch back and forth. I'll explain the tactics and stuff later once you actually see the gameplay. I'm not going to get into that too much right now. And you get 1 point every time they level up. And as you can see, well, it's hard to tell now. I'll show you next level up. But 1 point's pretty significant. And you can see that if you're only getting 1 point, there's a lot of flexibility on where you want to put it. So having never played the game before and having never I don't like reading guides the first time I play. You know, I'll go back after I've beaten a game and read guides and stuff. But the first time I play, I kind of want to see how well can I do it on my own without help. And so this is just kind of a let's play, not a guide by any means. But the thought process I had was I'm going to use this little guy here as my DPS guy eventually. His strength's still pretty low. And Arkale as the tank essentially. So I've given all my 3 levels. I've given it to put all stamina into him, and for Styx strength. And at some point, Styx will catch up to the big guy. You know, in terms of strength. And the reason why Styx is really fast, the big guys are really slow. So just walking around, you can like kind of kite people with sticks a little bit if you have to. At least so far. I don't know how long that's going to keep up. And he can go into stealth as long as you're not in combat and do an assassination. And if basically a one-hit assassination on somebody, and if nobody else sees it, you can kind of keep doing that. So there's a lot of different, or you can just go balls to the wall charging in with the orc, you know. So there's apparently a lot of different ways to play it. It's got good reviews. Story so far has been mildly interesting. I hear it gets really good later on. It's gotten really positive reviews, and it's just a really interesting perspective that you don't usually play from this side of the fence unless you're a Warcraft orc, in which case in that even there they are still kind of the bad guys, even though I know a few of them are turning into good guys. But all we've done now is a little Styx guy. They're still getting to know each other. These are not best friends. They are begrudging acquaintances. There's not hatred between them, but there's also not any kind of, they just met each other, so they're just kind of like rrr. Styx is a pretty smart wise ass. I like him. He's my favorite character in the game so far. This guy is what you think he'd be. A mean-ass MFO. And we are currently in, I guess, the first quote-unquote town. So I haven't explored it yet. I'm going to go ahead and do that on my own. Probably won't be a huge long let's play today because it's gotten late. But I wanted to get something up because it's been a while and I planned to do it earlier. So let me do some exploring. I'll walk you through what I did and we'll go from there. Well, let's see there. Like, hey there, sexy lady. I guess it doesn't make sense for me to do all this without you because I guess is kind of important. So I decided, speak to Fox, foxy lady. Why does it have a funny feeling that wasn't a coincidence?
Hey, still alive?
Absolutely. You know I can't be killed. You gonna introduce me to your friend? Just a wild guess, but it wouldn't happen to be the famous Bloodjaw, would it? The one causing all the panic around here?
Oh yeah, the very same. Your sources are as good as ever. Fox, this is Arkai. Arkai, this is Fox.
Hey, nice move, Arkai. Not the smoothest, are you? I like that. I like a little fun. Watch out for my friend, though. He can be an absolute bastard, but he's all right.
Ha! You gotta be kidding. I look out for him. dumped out here on his lonesome. He may be tough, but he wouldn't last 10 minutes on his own.
You got that right. So, what can I do for you?
Okay, so as you can see, I guess this is actually a first where you have to choose between who says what. Sometimes you get an option to say like different things with just Arcale or just Sticks, and I've had it where you can like choose 2 decisions with Arcale and 1 decision with Sticks to interfere. So it's very a la Mask Effect like. As you can see from the writing, it's not bad, but so far it just is what it is. The story gets better, and it's gotten good reviews, so we're not going to pass judgment yet. So since I don't know what this says, Arkle hasn't talked yet, though, so we'll do that. Or he doesn't say anything. Okay, I just made a big deal about something that turned out to not really be a big deal at all. Well, that happens. Let's see if anything else happens.
You guys need me?
Okay.
Let's go. We gotta see Sarkis.
Okay, but watch yourselves. The Brotherhoods are on the edge, and apparently there's a price on your heads. Stay low.
Stay sharp. I've got something to do first, yeah. Oh,
Not now.
I got it, so I guess that's how we continue. That could have been made a little bit more clear, but that's all right. So the environments are fairly detailed. I've stumbled on things like orcs hung up, but there's not a lot to interact with, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Not every game needs to be freaking Skyrim. But the environments are pretty attractive. There are things you can discover. So far, they maybe down a path that you wouldn't necessarily take if you weren't paying attention, but they're pretty obvious. It's like in a big, huge bag glowing. So I'm not saying it won't get more complicated later, but I actually like the fact, so I'm going off a small tangent here and then I'll get back to it, but I actually kind of like that fact, because one of the things that, I think people play too many Final Fantasy games when they're, a kid that develop games now, but to me, I don't necessarily enjoy having to spend my time looking at every nook and cranny to see if I miss something, because I'm OCD, and the problem is I can't not do it. That was my biggest issue with Dragon Age Inquisition. I could not leave that first starting area, and the guy almost, luckily I did and moved on, but I got stuck there. My OCD, even if I was like, no, this is getting boring. I couldn't leave until I got everything. So it's hard to explain. If you're not OCD, it's hard to explain to, what. It's like if I'm talking to somebody who is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, it's hard to explain. But anyways. So going through games like this, right, you're not having to necessarily waste a lot of time trying to poke behind every fucking barrel. It's not a bad thing.
Greetings.
Greetings.
So, you're the Bloodjaw.
You're one
That's
ugly
me.
motherfucker.
What did you do to end up here? Who did you kill?
Hey guys, relax. It's not the time. Drop it, our guy.
Okay. I didn't even realize I had... Didn't realize I'd started anything, to be perfectly honest, but okay. This guy's supposed to be a blacksmith or something, so let's see what he's got.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome, Bloodjaw. Please allow me to give you this. Consider it my contribution to the mission that brings you here.
What's this for?
If you're here, it means there's something big in the air. And if you stay equipped like that, you won't get very far. The least I can do is give you this knick-knack. For the rest, you can trade, of course. But if you want anything really good, you'll need to fight.
I'll fight? What are we doing? Sure, okay. Oh, just so you know who all these guys are, these are like a little rebel group. There are, any orcs that are in the human settlements, they are there, but they're all enslaved, essentially. Trade, fight, let's trade first. What do we got? Well, let me go through this, and I'll let you know if something interesting happens. Hold on. Alright, so if I'm reading this right, trade points you get by trading stuff. We don't own this weapon. Our weapon is actually pretty crap. So I got to figure out how maybe we can unequip and trade. Oh, there we go. Sell. That's probably why. So what can we sell? So that we get 1 trade point for that and 1 for that. And then we could, I guess, buy the War Axe. That seems like a great idea. That's a pretty huge upgrade to what we're equipped with. It's looking like. Well, not huge. Well, I yeah, we'll see. I have to look at that one. So, but yeah, it looks like it's not like you completely get ripped off when you sell, which is nice. And upgrading, I don't know how that works. So let me play with it. I just kind of figured out how it worked and wanted to share. Oh, they can't obviously share equipment because they're two completely different size things. And what I'm starting to notice too is one of the options, I guess, is, and I'm actually debating doing it, is nerfing one, not completely, but not nerfing, but focusing on one by selling some of the other dude's stuff. Um, so the axe that we could have gotten, I'm not even sure if it did more damage, but doesn't have these two other effects, and it takes two to only sell for one. So I don't think that's a worthwhile trade. Um, Similar with pretty much everything else this guy's got, and he's got the seawater crystal, which I haven't done yet though. So may or may not be an option. We'll see. But thinking towards the future though, it's a possibility. Alright, so I was able to get sticks, pretty good, or at least the best knives I've gotten so far. I should have, right? Sell? I should have. Oh, no, no. I was like, what? No, yeah. So we got him some shadow blades. Sold one of these little, the wormwood. No, I sold the other one. +4 stamina. Just increased his strength by +4. I did not. I could get 1 point for the. Oh, 2 points for the armor. Ooh, and then I could buy light armor for 3. So I just need 1 more point. Which, if we go to Argyle, what's he got? It's really not clear what you can buy and sell, to be honest. Okay, we don't want to sell his only weapon. He is our tank, so damage reduction is good, but that's only 2%, and that can get us basically fully equipped. So, buy leather greaves. It's been fun. Sticks, let's buy. Oh, we've got to sell first. That's right. Okay, sell our survivor's leather. And we shall buy light armor. Cool. So, I don't know how upgrading works. Well, I mean, obviously I'm assuming it upgrades your weapon, or upgrades your stuff, but I don't know anything else. Let me equip our stuff, and then we'll go look at the fight thing.
How did you end up in this hole?
I was in the Lands of Ashes tribe. Then one day I was captured by the Quarsan while I was away and on my own. They were going to take me to the wall. I probably would have been made to work on it and ended up underneath it like so many of my brethren. But Monkey attacked the caravan that was transporting us. He had a score to settle with the slavers, so I joined the Black Hand. When the decree about the Orcs came down, we were made outlaws, but Monkey still wanted me to stay. My knowledge of smithcraft makes me irreplaceable here. My smithcraft has gotten the band out of bad situations lots of times.
Just a personal preference and thought. Not everybody may agree, but whenever, and this is a trope, not even call it a trope, this is something I think a lot of RPGs are guilty of, from Dragon Age to Mass Effect. When you first meet a character, you don't care anything about them. And for some reason, everybody, the writers always want to give you the entire life story about this character. I just wanted a quick, like, what's your name? Short story, like, in a sentence or less, and drive on. And then as you develop the character and share a little more, then you might get more interested in the longer stuff. But, let's face it, right now, I mean, maybe we'll come to love this guy later. And now, how long is this?
What's that? Orc craftsmanship?
Don't hold this against me, but these secrets make all the difference against the other bands. I don't know you well enough to tell you.
Alright.
The old guy got something against me? He won't talk to me.
The last? No, I don't think so. He's been like that for a few days now, since before you got here. I should speak with him. Come back and see me later, and I may be able to tell you more.
Okie dokie. Okay, let me equip the stuff and we'll come back and try the fight thing. Oh, can we ask about the Lask again?
The old guy got something against me? He won't talk to me.
Oh, there's no way to skip dialogue, I don't think.
No.
Oh, okay, there we go. So let's try challenge.
Did you say fight?
The Black Hand has a tradition, the challenge. If you beat one of us fair and square, he has to give you something worthy of the fight you won. You'll probably take me to pieces, but tradition is tradition.
Okay.
I'll go easy on you.
Oh, at least it'll give us a chance maybe to show off the combat. I've got him very tanky, so I don't know if that's going to come back to haunt us or not. Okay, so you hit space bar, and you got different stances. Right now we're in offensive stance, and you can pause it if you really want to see it. Now, as you notice, time doesn't stop. It just goes a lot slower. So this is the different stuff. As you level up, you get more skills, can upgrade your skills. You can do forward time. Me, I've upgraded stuff in defensive stance. So, and you can queue up to 4 things at a time, which is first going to the defensive stance. Taunt's not really necessary if Stick's not here, and I've got my hotkeys set up when I do use them for 2, 3, 4, 5. And unpause. So I've put all his stuff in stamina, and he is in defense stance. So I mean, if I wanted him to do more damage, he could. And we might be in some trouble here. I don't know. It's a different way of fighting, though. It's not just mashing buttons, which is kind of cool. You can upgrade your stances, upgrade what you can do. If his rage... Oh, and they each got 2 little characteristics, too. So the big guy here, if his rage maxes out, i.e. his red fills up, he goes berserk, basically, which means he does more damage, but he also takes more damage, and you lose complete control of him, so there's no control. And we'll see, looks like we might be in some trouble here. Rage release? No, actually, more rage would probably be good, to be perfectly honest. Alright. Stunning punch. The stunning punch doesn't seem to be working very well. Okay, well, that worked that time. Alright. Oh, why am I must have done something wrong. I don't need to be really... anyways, it's fine. So I don't really pay much attention to the big guy right now, because I always fight with sticks. I like sticks better. Alright, that was pretty close, though. But we did it.
Well, the strength of the Bloodjaws is no mere legend.
You sure you about beat me?
Take this.
You're
It's
just
my
a
reward.
retired smith.
This was my father's armor.
Ooh,
It'll
armor.
drink more enemy blood when you wear it than on a hook at my forge.
Thank you. I'll wear it well. So, who should I challenge now?
Fox, she's next. But watch out. She may not look like much, but she's a fantastic fighter. And a nasty one, too.
Okie dokie. So... yeah. And then this is all optional, I guess. I'm assuming. The Black Hand hideout. Which honestly seems really much like it was out in the open, but that's okay. And let's equip our good stuff, because I guess that would be helpful. So I guess I'm starting to see there might be penalties for completely nerfing somebody, just based off this little interaction, because I didn't have the greaves and everything else, which could have made a difference there. Yeah, equip. Okay, so equip that. And I might not have... So offensive stance, I might want to start messing with some of this. And that's what these are just straight bonuses the stance gives you. So just being in that particular stance. You can read that real quick too. And raging against one person might not be bad, potentially. But you just gotta be careful, because at the end of the rage, now you take more damage, but at the end of the rage, if you haven't killed him yet, you get stunned. So that could be another one of the problems. And can I fight him as sticks? Why can't sticks fight? Where's she at? Come here, baby. Come, Papa.
You guys need me?
I need to bend you over and kick your ass. Hopefully.
I beat Spearhead. Apparently, you're next?
Yeah. But first you should take care of your business with Sarkis. Better not to keep that guy waiting. We'll fight when you get back.
Oh, fine. Sarkis.
Let's go. We gotta see Sarkis.
Okay, but watch yourselves. The Brotherhoods are on the edge, and apparently there's a price on your heads. Stay low.
Let's go get him,
Don't
Tiger.
worry.
There are elves in this game, I think dwarves too, but they're not necessarily
We didn't waste any time.
anti-greenskins.
Look, they got our pictures
don't think.
everywhere. That means we're gonna have every dirt bag in the place on our asses. If you want my opinion, we should get out of here fast. By the way, this is called the Gem District. Kind of a nice way to say it's the biggest shit pit around. The worst vermin in the city live here. The Empire used to tolerate them, and even employed them from time to time. Now, though, the locals are starting to feel the heat. It's not gonna make things any easier. And of course, Sarkis lives right in the middle of this pile of shit at the entrance to the catacomb.
What's down there?
The wall didn't just grow, you know. Thousands of slaves died here.
We don't talk about it. For us, everyone who comes out here is a goner. They don't exist anymore.
Looks like you heard right. There's fucking bones everywhere. And inside there's lots of people hiding. Deserters, murderers. With the goblins, Sarkis controls this entire world.
You trust this guy?
You crazy? I'd rather trust a fucking scorpion. But it's like I said, we need him. He controls all of the catacombs and sewers through the goblins. Don't know how he did it, bastard. But he's got them running around for him. He trained them to protect his territory and bring him whatever they find digging around in the human shit. And there's a lot of that. You know how many fucking soldiers live in the wall? Thousands, Ark. Thousands. And I'll tell you something. This guy, Sarkis, he's been breathing in all that shit for way too long. He's a completely psycho head case from hell.
So, ready to meet him?
Ready to meet him?
Sure. Let's go. Oh, so the
Let's go
wall.
see
I did
this
forget
guy.
to mention that. So the
Okay,
wall...
one last thing. I don't know what he's going to ask for, but there's no choice. Don't forget that, okay? This nutcase is our only way in.
Alright, so the wall is short version of the story. The humans basically started conquering everything around them, or the Emperor, and basically forced the kingdoms to come through force for all the people. And united them under one religion or something. And then he decided to go attack the Orcs and the Greenskins, which included Orcs and Goblins. And obviously Orcs are not exactly, you know, easy to conquest. So they ran into trouble and got stalled. But he wasn't completely unsuccessful either. So what he did was built a huge wall using orcs, captured orcs as slaves and laborers. So now the orcs can't really go north in force, and I guess my understanding is he's using what the wall gives him, it's letting him put fewer forces in defense on the wall so he can spend more on offense, is sort of my understanding. And here's the map. Let me explore a little bit, and I'll come back on if we see anything interesting. I'll probably show a couple fights, but I probably won't show every fight, because they're kind of fun to play, but I don't know if they're necessarily fun to watch. Alright, so if I hit shift with him, he goes in stealth mode, and the dude stops following him. And something weird's happened here, so let's see what's going on. You can only go so far, and then you gotta go back and get the big dude. And this is what I'm talking about. I use the map, so I'll go this way and check this out, But you don't have to look at every nook and cranny. Just make sure you check out any side paths on the map is what I've experienced so far. And usually there'll be something there. So what's cool here too with this guy. So we got two of these guys. I don't know if they're bad guys or not. How did they see me? I don't know. They shouldn't have seen me. But whatever. I don't know if anything's going to happen here, to be honest. So if nothing does, my bad. Oh, okay, so now you got the guard. So, here we go. So one of the things that's touted, which does seem to be true, is there's a lot of different ways you can play the game, and there's a lot of different styles you can use, just due to the nature of how the characters are, and who you want, and how you want to do points and all that kind of stuff, and who you want to prioritize playing. I like playing this guy mostly, and one of the big things I like to do, or have been doing, is anywhere where I can go in and kind of thin the force out first. That's what I try and do. Now, if you assassinate somebody and somebody's looking at you, or they're really, really close, it's not gonna, they're gonna see you. And once they've seen you, you can't go back in stealth. That's kind of the deal. And I've also already upgraded his stealth so that he can get really close without any issue. But if you want to just run in with your orc and start bashing everybody to pieces, that's also a perfectly viable option, apparently. Though potentially a more challenging one.
Alert! To arms!
So, that's not reason because he's fast, right? So what do? Orc! Where's my tank? Oh, I left him too far back. Don't ever leave him too far back, though, probably. Where'd he go? Oh, no. Orc, help! There he is. So, I'll let him come. And then... The only thing I don't like is I don't know why he just sits there until, like, somebody attacks him, which is kind of annoying. So it's kind of like... Maybe it's because he's in defense stance. That might be why, I kind of think. So I don't know. Maybe putting him in offense stance is a better idea. My thought was just to use him as a tank, though. Now, just against one guy, I'm not getting super tactical and creative. Obviously, if there are more people, I am. The more I'm looking at it, the more I don't want to keep
Hey,
that guy in defensive
Sticks!
stance. I don't know.
Oh, Buck wants to talk to you. That way.
Okie dokie.
So, what does that little crook want with me?
Then why the hell is it any of our business?
Oboth is pretty sneaky, but he's not the worst. He wouldn't lay such an obvious trap. On the other hand, if we snub him, he sure as hell won't like it. It's your call, but I think we should go. It's not that much out of our way.
Sure. Why the heck not? But where was it we were supposed to go? Oh, right up there. Yeah. I'm gonna go up there anyways. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, didn't we come from here? What am I doing? Once again, especially if you watch some of my very early videos, I get turned around very easy. If it were not for maps, like, as I said, give me a map, GPS, or even without a GPS, I can train associate, figure that shit out, and get wherever I need to go. But if I don't have a map, oh my god, I get turned around quick as all freaking hell. So it's weird, because in some ways navigation was my strong suit, but in other ways it isn't. Like, I was one of the first people done in my land nav because you go with a map and a compass, and I was able to figure it all out. But send me over a hill without a map, and I won't be able to find my way back over. So...
Ah, Sticks, at last.
Oba! Things going well, I hope.
Yeah, right. Things have been going to the dogs around here the last little while. Nothing's like it was. All or nothing.
Ah, the Inquisition, right?
Among others. There's your pictures plastered everywhere, too. Nice to look at. But a lot of people are getting hard-ons. A little easy money is always nice.
attack already. That's a little aggressive. So as you can see, there are options, and I'm sure consequences for those options in the game.
Don't bullshit me. I know you. If we're talking, it's because you need something from me. Spit it out.
Always so direct. Okay, to the point. The Inquisitors have been causing hell. Some gangs are splitting up, others reinforcing. Mine is more or less in the right category. My problem is that Jared's is too.
Weren't you and Jared buddies?
He's been doing deals with the Inquisitors since they got here. He took care of a lot of things around here by selling out dealers. If I let him get away with it, it'll be my turn soon.
Yeah. Let me guess. Jared's become inconvenient?
You might say that, but I can't attack him directly. The other gangs would take it badly. So, it'd be better for everyone if you and your friend looked after it, if you see what I mean.
Uh-huh. What's in it for us?
Me and my men will leave you alone. And I can give you back the daggers you lost at Dice the other day.
Alright, sure, why the fuck not?
It's not really enough. But those daggers mean a lot to me. Consider it done. We were going that way anyway.
I'll see you there. Come on, boys. We're out of here.
Okay. We're really upset if those daggers are better than the ones I just paid good money for. But I guess you could still trade them, I don't know. Or trade stuff. No, it sounds like, okay, so it's with the way the camera's looking? Which I know sounds silly, but I actually prefer games where it tells you the way the character's looking, as opposed to the camera. But I'm sure that's something that really is, I bet it's like 50-50 on who prefers what on that one. Let's see, anything interesting? So another reason I love playing Sticks is he's fast. If you play the Orc, he's freaking slow. And yeah, you are going to see me doing this a lot for reasons I believe already discussed in a small amount of detail. So far it's pretty linear, but not necessarily... Whoa. Oh, man, I forgot to stealth. No. No, I forgot to stealth. Okay. Can I tab? Alright, go into aggressive stance. I'm going to start... So, word-wise, I think I should have been upgrading maybe his offense stance a little more, because I think it might just be better. Like, keep him in the offensive stance, but continue to upgrade his stamina. That's what I think I'm going to wind up doing. Alright, so... Armor piercing, flying dagger. And you can do this with the keyboard, by the way. So Sticks has concentration, which is the blue stuff, which does rebuild over time, and as you do things like pierce armor, flying daggers, these specialty skills, it uses it. So you can't spam it, basically. And when I get better, I'll probably start using the hotkeys a lot more, but... Oh, and I totally should have probably killed the archers first. See, this is what happens when you aren't careful, like I just wasn't. Because we probably could have stealthed in. And at a minimum, you're always going to be able to kill probably at least one guy, you know? And what I like about it is the battles are set up pretty tactically and everything. I mean, it's not just click and mash. And they start off, and from everywhere, they get progressively more challenging. But obviously, you level up and get skills to help that. Speaking of which, did we ever level up? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. So, going to keep with the current strategy, which is getting his strength up. So now, confirm changes. I mean, he's doing not quite, but almost as much as Arkale the Orc, and he's just a little old Sticks. He's been doing a lot of muscling. And I don't know if this is, and as a, don't assume this is a winning strategy. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just giving you my strategy based off what little I know about the game. Skills, yeah, confirm changes. So learning what I have just learned and discovered. Let's see. Let's go ahead. So, like, you can either learn a new attack or you can upgrade an attack. So far, from what I can tell, it looks like you only get one of these upgrades. So even though it says, like, inflict bleeding to an enemy by a vulnerability or increase stability by 100% during the attack, you get one of the two. So far, I haven't seen where you get the chance to get both. So just a heads up on that, too. Affected by vulnerability, increases stability. Okay. That's, oh, yeah, like that. So basically what it's saying is his stability is the chances of your attack or whatever you're trying to do getting interrupted. So this is pretty money, is what I'm thinking. And that's a stat. It's an actual stat. So especially since we're not going to be focusing a lot of so stability 26. So anything that's going to make it less likely for his attacks to get interrupted while he's doing a basic attack. So that makes a lot of sense to me, in my opinion. Arcale. Already upgraded that. Skills. So you can do ranged. And as always, I'll probably regret not paying attention to this later, but I like to, I don't know, for some, I just like characters to like get to focus on one thing and just freaking be exceptional at it. Even back in the old Final Fantasy days, I would always give every like bonus to the main character or something, you know, to make that one guy like really good. All right, anyways, because we've already upgraded this one. And see some things like this one, like the damage increased by 20%. That's the one I'll get, most likely. And there's things like, you know, one of these was, you know, 50% chance to stun with a critical hit. It's like, well, the critical hit's chance 20 and then 50, so you're not really looking at that high a chance to critically hit, you know. And I also prefer reliability over luck when possible. I don't like, I do my best to minimize the necessity of relying on lucky dice rolls, if that makes sense. If the blow is parried. Oh, that's at level 5 requirement again. Level 5, right? What's this one do? Let me look at this and I'll tell you what I did. So I'm kind of stuck on what I think would be more useful. If I really want to cheese it, probably conversion, just because, well, I'm sure it's going to change later on. At the moment, you can definitely kite with sticks, and while you're kiting, you can still regenerate concentration. So you're looking at losing, you know, over 3 seconds, losing 60 concentration and getting back 30 life. Which, considering the fact that he's only got 200 right now, that's not too shabby. But at the same time, I don't think that's enough to really let him to... If you're getting that low on health, I don't know if it's enough to really get him to engage back in the fight. And you gotta remember, while he's doing that, you know, Arkyle's still getting hammered. So I think with him, I'm going to go ahead and do the destabilizing attack, because it's moderate damage, which in and of itself good, but keeping them from parrying and dodging is, I think, going to be pretty crucial, especially later on as the enemies get more difficult. So just wanted to give you my thought process on why I'm doing that. I already did him, pretty sure, and let's get back to it. After I figure out where we're going. Okay, which is this way. Ooh, wow, and again.
Two arms! Can't just leave without the big guy. He wouldn't like it. I better go get him.
Go get him, he's right there. Oh my word, what are you doing? Oh, and I forgot to put that on hotkey. I said, eventually I get to hotkeys. I'm not ready to be there yet. I'm taking like the lazy, not as fast way, if that makes sense. Just usually how I play the Q and E though, just like targets. So, you know, selecting things that are attacking him might be a good idea to prioritize targets, that kind of stuff. So one, don't look at my fighting style like it's the the best way to do it, because right now I'm just kind of in button tap mode still. I mean, I've read it, I vaguely know what this stuff does, but I'm still just tapping buttons, if we're keeping it real. And at some point I'll get tired of having to hit the spacebar and manually click it, and I'll go back, I'll go to hotkeys, but I haven't hit that point in the game yet. That usually comes when things start getting a little bit too repetitive. Though that seemed to be pretty effective. Whoa! Oh yeah, Scott! Oh! I forgot. Okay, lesson number, whatever. That was actually kind of a fucked up but funny way to teach this point. Who are we still at fight with? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I can't even reach them up there. Crap. See, now this is why Styx's range stuff, as I said, probably be important. Luckily, though, there is a ally revive here. So yeah. So when Dew goes berserk like you just saw, and I totally forgot about. And now we gotta go range because we're not gonna have an option in the matter. He attacks like basically whoever's closest to them. Which could be sticks, unfortunately. And as you just saw, that doesn't go well when a big orc smashes a small goblin in the head. And yes, as you can see, I mean, there is details to this stuff, and it kind of, I like it because it does tell a story visually, which that's not something every artist in game knows how to do. You know, there's no dialogue here, but we can look at this and get an idea of what happened and what the fuck's going on, you know what I mean? Which is kind of cool. I need to start stealthing more, by the way. That would probably be a good idea. Not to mention switch back to melee mode. Oh, and didn't we level up again? Not that I'm complaining. I'm all about leveling up. So, attributes. Just keep on keeping on. Keep on with the same strategy. We'll see how it goes. It's only a point at a time, right? But 5 levels means 5 extra damage per hit, which means, you know, 20 extra damage for 4 hits. Adds up. Yep. And once again, this is our tank. Once again, now he's got hit points, but stability means that if he does get hit, he's still able to keep swinging away. So I do think I'm making the right move, keeping him on offensive stance so that he can do stuff and going from there. Like if I'm playing him as the tank, okay, maybe defensive stance, but the computer apparently does not know how to play him as a tank, is what I've already noticed. So, and I don't want to switch back and forth between the characters all the time when we're fighting. Obviously, if you don't mind doing it, that can create a lot of options. The one thing I think they're missing out on too, I think, don't quote me on this, but I do not believe this is co-op. I think it's single player, but they're really missing out on a great opportunity to do co-op stuff too. Increasing his concentration, that seems pretty crucial. This is like every critical has a 50% chance to cause vulnerability. Alright, great. So first I have to get the critical hit, and then I may or may not cause vulnerability. To me it's like, eh. So this one though, that's a consistent upgrade, which I enjoy. But as I said, one of the things they highlight about this game is there's lots of different ways to play it, and I'm just telling you my technique. Alright. Let's go.
Can't just leave without the big guy. He wouldn't like it. I better go get him.
That usually happens because you're getting ready to go in a story or something, and the game doesn't know how far you are. Though not always, because... So... Aw, you guys tired? You're so sleepy and bored. This is why you don't fall asleep on fucking guard duty, not even in real life. Because guess what? That ain't no bullshit. Guard duty has 3 general orders, and I'm not going to get into it right now, but they're probably some of the most important things we teach soldiers in basic training for that exact reason. Fall asleep on guard duty, and that's what the fuck happens. So...
You're not wanted here, dirty greenskins!
Oh, don't particularly care. We're coming in anyways.
Yeah. Forget about these hicks. Anyway, we're not coming back here.
Oh, weren't we going there? I thought that was the whole point. Oh. You're telling us we can't turn around. Got it. So forward and to the left. Tracking.
We're here. Jared's hideout is over there on the left.
Do we really have to waste time with this human's business?
Can't just leave without the big guy. He wouldn't like it. I better go get him.
It's called favors, dude. The idea is you do some, and it's any decent businessman or human being is gonna know
It's the guys with the bounty on him.
it's a kind of currency.
The fat one gets paid double.
Double? What about me? I'm the more dangerous one. Ooh, treasure chest. I like treasure chest. Alright, so what I'm not doing, which I should be doing, which is playing smarter, and by that I mean it's best to concentrate firepower. To a point. It's always kind of interesting, though. So since, you know, this is not overly exciting, I'll try and dialogue a bit with you, and what I will tell you... Out of ammo? Oh, out of range. Oh, out of range you can't attack him. Good thing he didn't freaking, Ranged... So that's one of the big things. So, for example, you take StarCraft, and everybody knows the idea is you want to concentrate firepower to blow up units individually as quickly as possible. But you don't want to concentrate so much firepower that you are doing more damage than they have hit points. It's actually a concept used in real life, but in the sense that tanks tend to be one hit, one kill. One of the big things tanks have to train, study, and use teamwork on is it's a waste of time, ammunition, and most importantly time if more than one tank fires on more than one target, typically. You know, so that's why it doesn't matter how good your equipment is if your soldiers aren't trained. You can go ask the Iraqi army on that. And what was one of the probably largest tank battles the American army's ever been in, if I recall correctly, and fucking annihilated the Iraqis. It was almost, I mean, it was almost a massacre. Not almost, it pretty much was. Not intentionally, it just... Part of it was equipment, don't get me wrong. So, don't fully... And what did I get? I collected something, but I've been babbling. So don't get me wrong, much of it was equipment. Biggest weakness during... It was the Iraqi Republican Guard, which... These were their shock troops. I mean, these were their best of the best. Well, let me upgrade this, then I'll keep talking. Hold on. Alright, I kind of like the every hit has a 25% chance of causing bleeding, for the exact same reason I've already mentioned. Okay, but critical hits don't happen every time. And what is his critical hit chance? Now, here, but actually, this is a great example of how you could entirely change your strategy. So instead of focusing on stamina, we could focus on agility, get the critical hit modifier way up, and then that might be a great way to, or a great reason and a reasonable reason why you would upgrade this one. But since we're not focusing on critical hit chance, you know, 6% chance essentially will stun the target, 25% chance will cause bleeding. So that's the logic behind that one. As for sticks, I thought he went up. Did he not go up? Or did he just get a skill point? What the heck is going on? I must have missed something, or I forgot to upgrade Arc Hail earlier is what probably happened, so whatever. What is confusing me is we just opened the chest, and I was so busy talking I don't realize what we got. So, real quick. Oh, light gauntlets, that's right. Okay, so... blatantly better. And we're supposed to get knives too, right?
Good work, Sticks. I knew I could count on you. So hello, payday. Your daggers, as promised. Oh, and I put the word out. My men will leave you alone.
Always a pleasure doing business with you.
Careful, though. There's Inquisition patrols everywhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I tell you, it's funny because if I played this game when I was a kid, I would have been just horrified we were dealing with the bad guys. But after fucking spending time in Afghanistan, I tell you, you learn how to deal with dirty people, even if, but in your own honest way. And it doesn't mean you don't have to become the devil to deal with the devil, if that makes sense. Though a lot of people use that as an excuse. But you do have to learn just how systems work, and sometimes you just can't fight the system. Or it's just not the right decision to. But anyways. So yeah, back to the Iraqi tank battle. Okay, I guess they're on our side. Good to know. Now, part of the problem is the T's, I think it was 72s, they were not a 1-for-1 match for the Abrams at all. don't get me wrong, but they actually, when we initially engaged them, they outnumbered us pretty significantly. Some great stories about like 4 tanks going over a hill and engaging like freaking like tank after tank. And the big problem was if they had been using Russian-made uranium-depleted shells, they may not have pierced the Abrams armor every time. I mean, they would have still had a lot of deflected hits. But right circumstances, right angle, yeah, they could have done some damage, knocked the crew. You know, it could have been worse. But the Iraqis decided to use homemade rounds. And let's just say the quality wasn't where it needed to be. And they would, 2 key things. One, they weren't properly, their training just wasn't as good. They got caught with their pants down. And I'll keep talking, but I'll stop, and then I'll shut up when something happens. Or what the heck is going on? Hold on. They did get caught with their pants down. That's part of the problem. The other problem was their loading thing. They had an automatic loader, which, with all the stuff we put into technology nowadays, you'd think an automatic loader would be faster. And for a moderately trained crew, autoloader probably is, but the Abrams crew members were so well trained, and I gotta figure out why. Alright, I'll shut up now. Let me figure out why we can't go that way, and then I'll start talking again. By the way, in case you're curious, there are some pretty decent blades we got. Though, here's the thing, I like the plus 10% dodge percentage, so I don't know. I mean, we're dodging 1 out of 3 strikes right now, on average, is what this is telling us. I like that. And do I really want to trade 10% for 1 more damage? And the concentration thing's nice, but man, really? So actually, I think I'll probably keep what we got. Alright, I think I just figured it out because, as again, Mac got turned around and was completely going the opposite direction. Which way I was supposed to go. Keep in mind, when I was a field artillery officer, we had to locate where we were on the map. We didn't move around too much. Though when we did do like, foot-mounted kind of stuff, because they like to use us as
Right.
infantrymen after a while.
Or do you really want to clean all the scum out of this hole?
Hey, it's not my fault our pictures are plastered all over the place. At least Obot's guy should cut us some slack.
Okay, anyways. So yeah, the Iraqis couldn't even fire as fast because of how well trained the U.S. tank crews were. They just loaded that frickin' fast and had the stamina to keep it up as well. So it wasn't just a matter of being able to load fast for a round or two. They had the physical stamina to keep the pace up. Yoink. So imagine being an Iraqi tanker, and here you are with what is an entire company of tanks. So for them, I think it was around 6. Don't quote me on the numbers. Around 16 tanks. 4 tanks go over the hill, and you're just sitting there helpless as one after another your buddies are blown up, and maybe the couple rounds you can get off bounce right the fuck off. I'm not getting into a moral anything here. It's just them's how life works. It just is. This thing's good, this thing's bad. That's just how life is sometimes. They shouldn't have invaded Kuwait. I don't know what to tell them. Ooh, I'm getting a little back. Come on. Sorry, I'm getting... that's why. What are you doing? Where the heck are you going? Oh. Oh, we need to handle that little problem. Yeah. Archers probably don't want to make a ramp where the orc can climb up that. I think that will be their lesson learned at the moment.
Alert! To arms!
Arms! Where's he going? There he is. Oh, where's the orc? Wait! Ah! The AI for this... Alright, so... The AI could definitely be better, especially if they're not going to let this be a co-op game. I'm not necessarily... I mean, I was saying it's a bad game. It's just... Yeah, that could have been... That... Yeah. Did I just... Oh, I just died. That's not good. This is not good at all. Whoa, there are a lot more of them. I think that patrol I think we got unlucky with, to be honest, is what I think happened. Oh, and I just went berserk. So we've lost control of our guy now, too. So whatever happens, I got no control over him. Dude's just going apeshit crazy. Oh, Jesus! Maybe it's not a bad thing. I don't know. Until he dies, and then... Well, go, what about the dude behind you? Get the dude stabbing you from behind! Oh! Alright, well that sucked. Damn, pretty close though. That was about to be epic. Just barely missed being able to be epic. Alright. So let's try and be a little bit smarter with how we do these assassinations. Alright, so there's that patrol. I think that's the guy who saw me last time, but I didn't see him. So I'm so busy talking I wasn't paying attention. Oh, okay, no, they saw me, okay. Alright, you gotta get him before that patrol gets here. Alright, now I'm kind of using hotkeys. Oh, he's dead, alright. That was fast. Alright, come on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Part of me likes the target lock on, but part of me doesn't. Because it lets you kind of pause and be more tactical when you're need to. My problem is when it comes to situations like this, I just want to run around and smack things, and I think we'll be okay. So I'm glad it's not a, button mashing game, but... Jeez, stop. Excuse me. See, but now he's like running off and I don't want him to. Let's get out of there! Get out of there! What are you doing? Run! Freaking idiot! I had like no control of him there because he had orders to attack the dude who had a blue circle around him. Where's my buddy? Oh, again? I think we'll be okay this time. Berserker. He's gone berserk again. Now, one thing I'm curious about, oh, he just killed me. It's okay as long as... So see, when his berserk goes away, he gets stunned. That's the danger of berserk, see? It can be beneficial, but it can also be not. Alright, let me try and... Can I revive Sticks before we die? Let's find out. No, well, I guess we killed him. Well, that was close. That's actually... I don't want to say the hardest. I'm not going to say that was hard. It wasn't hard, but that was one of the... I needed to have gone in there with more thought and planning, in hindsight. I think is what I'm trying to say. Alright, what we got? The Champion's Gauntlets. Oh, good. So, I had to sell his leather ones earlier with pretty much nothing in return to get everything I wanted, but now this is a very significant upgrade to what I sold, so all's well that ends well. And now he's starting to look pretty cool. Not that he didn't look badass as the naked orc before, because he still would have scared the bejesus out of me, but you gotta wonder why they send you on a suicide mission and give you absolutely no armor and some, like, rusty-ass cleaver. Like, you really gotta kind of think about that for a second. Did I just go around in a circle? No. Goodness. I was actually very much worried I did.
I can either guide him or betray him. But I can't just leave the big guy on his own. I should go get him.
Alert! To arms!
So, Styx can't go toe-to-toe for a long time, but with the dodge mechanics and his damage, I mean, he does alright against a couple things. Though I am debating if I want to get his range up a little bit. Clicking the mouse button does let you do my word. Man, I gotta really watch that. So, and he stay rages, by the way, until the red bar goes all the way down. And then he goes back to normal. And we can raise him. So that's the danger of keeping him in aggressive stance. So, double-edged sword. Are you gonna raise Styx or what? I thought I told him to. Get your butt up. Alright, there we go. And situations like that's where it can get bad, because Styx is the only one who can deal with these ranged guys, from what I'm aware thus far. He is pretty darn accurate with that frickin' knife, though. I'll give him credit. Whew. Maybe I should, like, stop with the melee upgrades and start worrying about ranged upgrades. I don't know. He does, but maybe those archers have got less health and are easier to kill too. I don't know, but he seems to make short work with the range stuff against them archers. And missing. So I just like to double check. I said not every nook and cranny, but trying to make sure we didn't miss anything important. And see, me when I'm playing on my own too, like I'll stealth and take it slow, but I don't, you know.
Without me, Ark doesn't stand a chance.
He wasn't even that far
I
behind.
better go see what he's up to.
Yeah. But walking all the time in stealth and then being on the video, probably not so much interesting, so. Alright, more guys to kill. I am liking it, but if I'm also being honest, it is kind of a little grindy. I mean, between where we started and where we are, but it is what it is. Decisions. So the first two things I look at is there a way to take out more than one guy without the alert going off? If there's not, what's the guy we probably most likely want to take out first? And the short answer is, I don't know, but I have no quantitative way to confirm this, but from my, I don't know, just observation, I think the dudes with the pole arms are the most dangerous to the orc. Oh, where'd he go? I was losing him. Where are you? Jeez Louise, get in there, get in the fight, go, kick his ass, kick his ass, yeah, the orc's ass, get him going, there you go, get a move on it. Oh, am I still in range? Oh, that could be part of the problem, too. So this is where I'm not entirely sure how effective my strategy will be in the long term, because the big guy's not catching as much attention as I would have thought he was. Or as what I would have thought he would. And the amount of health he has is certainly helping. But it's not making him quite as survivable as I initially thought it would either. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess that worked out alright. Oh, don't kill me again, though! Why are you always killing me? No! Get away! We're friends! Argyle, we're friends! We're best buds! You crazy little MFO! Oh, do I have to put you back on defensive stance, huh? Do I? Oh, my word. Just imagine what Styx is thinking. Like, imagine if you're Styx right now. You'd just be like, what the F? Alright, alright, we'll do a level up here real quick. Still gonna stick with it, though. It hasn't failed me yet. I'm not saying it's the best strategy, but it has not failed me yet. Damage increased by 100%. Yes, please. Whoa, but parrying or dodging. Whoa, tough call, actually. Because the whole point is to attack so that they can't parry or dodge. But the problem is, what if they parry or dodge the attack you're trying to... Ooh, that's a tough call. But the thing is intended to keep them from being able to be defensive, right? So, I hope that made sense to you. So basically the logic with that being, the whole point of this attack is to keep their ability to parry and dodge. So you won't, but if they're really good at it, they might parry and dodge this attack, so best to reduce that chance than try and worry about additional damage. Hope that thought process makes sense. Starting to think, though, he's got enough health, perhaps. Because the issue isn't so much him surviving now as it is him berserking before... Yeah, let's see. 23 to... What if I get to 23 to 20... Well, maybe dodging a little more would be helpful. Or not berserking is... I don't know. Ah, screw it. Stick with what's still at least technically working. Right? Like I said, I haven't really failed it yet, except that one time, which I would argue was mostly my fault. Not the build of the character's fault. Ooh. Powerful blow is impossible to interrupt. Oh yeah, that's money. Way better than the additional damage.
I can either guide him or betray him.
Oh, come on.
But I can't just leave the big guy on his own. I should go get him.
So there is an option for stealth by way where you can move faster. The problem is then you can't pick the one where you're harder to detect, which I'd rather be harder to detect. So
Can't just leave without the big
seriously?
guy. He wouldn't like it.
This is
I better go get him.
I used to be able to move a lot further away from him before that would happen, by the way. That's why I'm getting... Oh, wait, hold on, left. There's some little side passages that only Styx can go into. Can I go over here, though? So there are some areas that are too big for the orc, which is another reason why you probably want to run around as the goblin dude. At least before fight, even if you like fighting with the orc.
Without me, Ark doesn't stand a chance. We better go see what he's up to. Shh! Inquisition soldiers.
Yikes.
Doesn't it bother you, watching your brethren getting slaughtered like that?
No, I'm not like them. I'm a survivor. But if we want to meet up with Sarkis, We're gonna have to get rid of these scumbags. They're camping out right in front of his door.
This has the potential to become difficult very quickly. So I'm gonna go take a potty first and be back. Hold on. Alright, let's try and get this done. Hopefully I can sneak around and develop an ideal plan of attack. Problem is I don't know even exactly which one of these are the toughest. I assume the ones that look a little different than the ones we've seen before. Oh, interesting. Oh, never mind. Are they gonna notice if I do this? Let's find out. Luckily not. That's good. Well, at least we can hopefully thin the herd a little bit. Thing. I wish there was a better indication of what people could see and not see, because it's kind of like almost like second guessing.
Greenskins!
Well, I guess they saw that. All right. Where are you at? Orc, you have not figured out the strategy yet. How many times have we done this and you haven't figured out how this is going to work? I'm going to kill stuff, and the minute you hear alert, that's your cue to come in and start doing your thing. Oh, man. It'd be interesting to do this like a fight in slow motion. That actually looks pretty cool. Sometimes animations happen so fast you can't really appreciate them, so I kind of like the slow down feel, because it does help you appreciate the animation. I'm out of concentration, so basic attacks it is now. And Orc Dude is raged, so it's kiting time. Not to mention he's not dead, so there's also the whole time to revive time. We got on average difficulty, by the way, so it's not on the hardest, it's not on the easiest, it's on the medium. Which is how I play 99% of the games. So I'm not looking to frickin', torture myself, but I want it, some sort of challenge. Is he dead again? Okay, ooh, time to run. Run! Ah, see? That's not a problem. You start queuing attacks, and then you can't run away. That's another challenge. Okay. Luckily we got rid of all the archers. So... kite around the fire pit. Sure, why not? I mean, mixed feelings on the game. I like the concept. I like the idea of story. Fighting does get a little grindy, though I like the more complex, non-button mashy nature of it. But the AI is pretty freaking stupid too. Where was he? I gotta find out. But I guess they did. That's not him either. Man, where'd the Orc dude go? I guess we'll just hit Ray's ally and hopefully he'll go right to him. Okay, I have no idea how that raised the ally, but sure. Well, now I need you to raise the other ally. This is getting interesting. I yell and inspire you. I love the little goblin yell versus the versus the orcs yell, by the way. Alright, well he's almost dead. Let's go ahead and try and finish him off. I'm starting to realize I maybe should have... I don't know. Oh, I'm not saying it's a bad game, and it's not like a full price. We're not, if I remember correctly, we're not talking like a $50 game, AAA title here. We're talking, I forget, it wasn't that bad. I think it was like 20 bucks or something. So, you know, keep in mind the price point too. And what am I doing? Hold on, I'm talking too much again. You know, I'm starting to realize maybe range is a better investment. Yeah, it's actually pretty money. Seems to be, anyways. Little as you know, the big giant ass orc that's about to fucking wake up right behind him. Roar! Oh, shite! Alright, that was a mess.
Nice of you to clean our doorstep, Sticks. Good timing. Sarkis is expecting you. Follow me. And don't go getting yourselves lost.
Okay. Well, seeing how linear the game is so far. Sorry, I had to grab my tea. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Excuse me.
Talk about a maze. If this guy weren't here, we'd be completely lost.
Well, well, what do we have here? The famous Bloodjaw who's been terrifying the militia. Does it speak?
Take it easy, Ark. Yeah, it speaks. And it's as dangerous as they say. Anyway, let's not waste time on chit-chat. What's it gonna take to get us through?
He'll do. What do I want to get you across? The Inquisition is pissing me off. They're fucking around with my business. I want you to get even for me.
What exactly do you mean?
My business runs smoothly, thanks to your brothers, Sticks. The goblins are like children to me.
Ha! I'd have said you're dogs, but I don't want to insult your family.
You can't see how much affection I have for them. I protect them from themselves and others. You form attachments, understand? I've invested time and money in getting them out of the cesspit and teaching them. I'm like a father to them, Sticks. I represent an ideal hope.
Yeah, they've got it good working for you. Every day is fucking paradise. Get to the point.
Listen, my children, therefore, also represent the heart of my business. And today, they're being hunted down. The Inquisition wants to hurt them. Did you see what they dared do on my doorstep? I'm slowly losing control. They even go down into the catacomb on punitive raids. They're attacking my people, my territory, and business is suffering.
Okay, we get it. It's the Inquisition. You already said that at the start. What do you want us to do about it?
Strike at their very heart. You know they're based in the past. They requisitioned the Pilgrim's Chapel. I want this chapel burned to the ground.
Sounds more like revenge than anything else. You really think that'll solve anything?
Maybe not. But I want these Inquisitors, these fucking sons of bitches, to roast like they've burned my children. I want the smell of their burnt flesh to fill, to smother the whole shantytown. I want to hear them crying over their dead.
You're about to lose it, buddy. Not good for business.
If that chapel burns, the Inquisition will recall its hounds. I get control back, and I get you across the wall.
So, you need some kind of diversion.
Punishment. The disciples of the Grand Inquisitor are quartered in the chapel. That scumbag kills my children. I kill his. I want to hear him wailing over the corpses of his disciples. That's what I want!
There's something seriously wrong with this guy.
I'm gonna say
Let's
once
go.
again, we got another cray-cray.
We got no choice.
His plan is completely insane. Do you really think the Inquisition will leave after something like that?
They are burning and torturing my children!
Why not send your own men to do the dirty work?
I have to cover my tracks. You know what I mean. I don't want this leading back to me. If you fail, I'll find another way. For now, you're my best option.
Yeah. The chapel. Can you take us there?
Oh, it's chaos.
Of course
down
not.
there. But I can let you out in the pass.
That'll help.
I'll do better than that. Raven will take you back to the Black Hand hideout through the tunnels, so you can get what you need. He'll take you to the pass when you're ready.
All right. We'll do it. But I'm counting on you to get us past the wall when this is over.
I still think this plan is weak.
The smell of burning flesh. That will be our signal. Once its scent is in the streets, I will get you across to the other side.
This passageway is the property of Sarkis. If you want to use it, you go through me. As soon as you are ready, I'll take you to the chapel.
Later.
Okay. We'll be back soon.
One last thing. There's an orc like you who thought he could get through without us.
Like me?
Yep, like you. Same build, same tattoo.
You know where he is?
No, but I know where he'll end up. He was caught by the Inquisitors.
He dead?
Maybe. But I think that they'll kill him in public. As an example. That's what happens to people who think they can do without Sarkis.
I get it. You don't have to go on about it. We know you're indispensable.
Okay, this seems like a great stopping point. So, first, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Future plans here are to continue this one. Though, once again, a lot of how much I continue stuff does depend on my perception of interest. But if there are playlists that you're like, man, dude, when the heck are you going to get back to that? Because I want to see the rest of it. Please let me know. I will. If there's somebody who's like, anxious, like, wait, when do I get to see the rest of it? I'll get back to it. And one thing I still need to do, and next on the list, is probably be bouncing back and forth between this and Vampire Bloodlines until at a minimum I finish Vampire Bloodlines. And how far I go into this is going to depend on interest and how much I stay interested in it, which so far I'm liking it, and the other interest. And I guess now is a good time to just kind of point out, as you're going through Mac's Corner, and if you're seeing stuff that I stopped, and you would like me to prioritize it. Because personally, I plan to live forever. So when I look at unfinished stuff, I think, well, there's always time to get back to it. But if there's anything you would like me to prioritize getting back to also, please never hesitate to let me know. Without further ado, hope you enjoyed, and Mac out.